There are certain UFC fighters who had been on the sidelines for a very long time, but in 2017 they came back and lost in a very embarrassing way. So here is 10 disastrous comebacks of 2017. Number 10. Liz Carmouche came into 2017 with a year on the sidelines due to injuries. Her last victory was a split decision win over Caitlin Chuki at UFC 205. In her comeback fight, she moved down to the newly formed flyweight division and was booked to face Alexis Davis in a rematch at UFC Final 123. In the fight, both ladies fought a very close 3-round fight where Alexis Davis was given the split decision victory. Number 9. Gall came into 2017 with more than a year off, where he used the time to develop his skills. His last victory was a submission win over Sage Northcutt at UFC on Fox 22. In his comeback fight, he was booked to face Randy Brown at UFC 217. In the fight, Randy Brown was able to nullify Gall's ground game and punished him for all 3 rounds to win the fight by a unanimous decision. Number 8. Gilbert Melendez came into 2017 with a 1-year layoff, where he was coming off a unanimous decision loss to Edson Barboza at UFC on Fox 20. He was on a 3-fight losing streak and desperately needed to win his next fight. In his comeback fight, he dropped down to the featherweight division and was booked to face Jeremy Stephens at UFC 215. In the fight, Jeremy Stephens punished Gilbert Melendez's legs for all 3 rounds to win the fight by a unanimous decision. Number 7. Stefan Struve came into 2017 with more than a year off, where he was coming off a Darth Choke submission win over Daniel Amilanchuk at UFC 204. He was on a 2-fight winning streak and was slowly moving up the heavyweight ladder. In his comeback fight, he was booked to face Alexander Volkov at UFC Final 115. In the fight, Alexander Volkov was able to finish Stefan Struve by TKO in the 3rd round. Number 6. Carlos Condit came into late 2017 with a 1-year layoff, where he was coming off a submission loss to Damian Maia at UFC on Fox 21. Carlos Condit had found his motivation and announced his return against top contender Neil Magny at UFC 219. In the fight, Neil Magny outgrappled Carlos Condit for all 3 rounds to win the fight by a dominant unanimous decision. Number 5. Junior Dos Santos came into 2017 with nearly a year off due to a shoulder injury. His last victory was a unanimous decision win over Ben Rothwell at UFC Final 86. In his comeback fight, he was booked to face the UFC heavyweight champion Stipe Miocic at UFC 211. In the fight, Stipe Miocic was able to finish Junior Dos Santos by TKO in the 1st round, retaining his title. Number 4. BJ Penn came into 2017 with a 3-year absence away from the sport, where he last lost to Frankie Edgar by TKO at the Ultimate Fighter 19 finale. BJ Penn was motivated to do big things and was booked to face Yair Rodriguez at UFC Final 103. In the fight, Yair Rodriguez finished BJ Penn by TKO in the 2nd round. Number 3. Lyoto Machida came into 2017 with 18 months away from the octagon due to a USADA suspension. His last fight was a TKO loss to Yoel Romero at UFC Final 70. In his comeback fight, he was booked to face Derek Brunson at UFC Final 119. In the fight, Derek Brunson was able to catch Lyoto Machida with the left hand, knocking him out cold on the canvas in the 1st round. Number 2. Cody Garber came into 2017 as the UFC Bantamweight champion. He had been on the sidelines for almost a year due to having a back issue. His last victory was when he dethroned Dominic Cruz for the title at UFC 207. In his comeback fight, he was booked to face TJ Dillashaw at UFC 217. In the fight, TJ Dillashaw was able to catch Cody Garbrandt with a solid right hook and followed up with punches to win the fight by TKO in the 2nd round, becoming the Bantamweight champion. Number 1. John Jones came into 2017 with a year away from the octagon due to a USADA suspension. His last victory had been a unanimous decision win over Ovince St. Preux at UFC 197. In his comeback fight, he was booked to face the UFC light heavyweight champion Daniel Cormier at UFC 214. In the fight, John Jones landed a vicious head kick and followed up with punches to win the fight by knockout in the 3rd round, becoming the new UFC light heavyweight champion of the world. He was later stripped of his title due to testing positive for Turinabol, and his knockout win was overturned to a no contest.